Hi, good morning, everyone. Yeah, sure, if you can please share screen. I'll just make it a presenter.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Angel.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Where to share?
See on the top left, do you see quick start option?
Sorry?
On the top left side, quick start.
Quick start, yes. Okay.
Click on that. And inside that, you will have share desktop.
Yeah.
No.
So, is it visible?
Yes, yes.
I'll show you first the output directly so that so this is the final output which I have completed for the second project.
Mhm.
So it is right or see if you want to uh, give me some suggestion to change it. So this is the final for all the years.
Okay, you spread for all the years, segment, and the categories.
So this is the tooltip which I am getting against of every bar.
Hmm. Okay. No, I think this is fine.
But I have one doubt in one line, so I would like to show for that point. So I'll share my work, which not work. It would be easy if I'll share my this point, the requirement of this project.
Mhm.
So, so what we are doing for this thing because at the years of the sales and view to identify the trends and outlier. So will it be the outliers who are getting out from this target line?
So, once again.
I'm not sure about this side because everything I did in this project, like we have created this, where it is? Yeah, the parameter to calculate difference of above a target and under the target and what filters I have put it here, which is working. But what about the outlier? So I'm not
See,
sure for this thing.
outlier. See, outlier. If I see, or go back to the chart. If I see there is a month of April that I see there is one like outlier I can see for category orange ones. So basically outliers as in they're becoming like the where for example under target. Basically there are only outliers are few of the data points which are behaving very differently from the rest of the data. So
So see, here if you can say it's very differently. I'm not getting any target line here because
correct.
I might not get any ERR date against this segment. So might be there this be the possibility. So
Correct. That like that if you see in the April also in the home office, April home
in
office.
April, home office, yes.
Yes. So these become the outliers for this right.
So you mean to say that I don't need to do anything against of this line only.
So basically you can write the caption, these are the outliers that you can see over here.
Okay, okay. So the rest of us correct. So I don't need to do anything. It's now complete for me.
Huh.
Well, I have put all the screenshot of how did I what I did for this thing and see what parameter I used, what I provide the name type of, and this was my final script.
Correct, correct.
So this is ready to submit now, I guess.
So you have only one dashboard or just one view you had in this?
We have two projects. I did the second one because in first one, you remember that I was asking something. One is web page and I think for pivot I was getting some issue. Oh,
You-
that day I was on bike, so I could not share it with you.
Okay.
But the web page that you mentioned, the thing, if we go to the assessment, I am not sure how to do this web creation of web link. The second point. So give us some example for to how to do this type of stuff in any project.
One second. Include a web page to show data from a world when you do this.
Because R&D I was doing for this thing, I remember in dashboard I can add one web page where you are doing in analytics or something. Let me show you if I'm not correct. I'm not wrong. Sorry. This is a web page. See, but how to put into this chart because it's coming here only at the
No,
dashboard.
see, basically what happened is the question is like if you go back to the question once.
Yeah.
See, the question is a geographical map showing countries field. Color the map based on the. So first question says that you have to do this part. Make a chart where the map comes up. Okay.
See, that's that I completed. Uh, I'll show you type of this, na.
Kind of this. So like, see, second question is like if you take over there, go there.
See, this was the chart. This was my first project. I didn't complete it. See, this is the chart for output. India, Australia, and Brazil, Europe.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
So now
this
the
is
second question goes include a web page to show the data from World Bank of driven by URL this. The country
yes,
name will act as a trigger, right? On the map.
right,
So
right.
the map that you have created above, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
map. So go back over there. Go back. Right now, what you do over here is click on the format. Sorry, click on first put it on the dashboard. Put this chart on the dashboard.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Then you click over here on dashboard actions. Dashboard action
Where it is?
at the top. At the top. Dashboard file data worksheet. Top top ribbon. Yes. Dashboard actions. And we talked about this action filter, right, where you can select and the things will happen. Now add action.
Mm.
Add action. You go to URL. Okay.
Okay,
Now
so I can insert this URL, the same URL here, HTTPS, and this one.
correct. Just put that over here.
And this country will be our filter or the top which we select in parameter,
Yes.
right?
Correct. So you will and Western no no Western country. So Western country. Go in that URL. Remove that and insert
Parameter.
this the country that you would have created.
No, I have not created right now. That I will create the
That
country
is
name. Country name, which we can select here from the dashboard.
correct. So that you will select
Okay.
that will just wherever you will click on this, it will take you to the URL.
Okay, okay. So that will treat as a parameter for this dashboard.
Correct.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it, got it. I'll do this. So I was also trying for the first project, which if possible, I can complete it. But the second one I have completed, so I'll just want to confirm with you whether it is correct or not.
But this bullet chart.
Yeah, the bullet chart, right.
This is fine. This is fine.
Okay, so I'm just ready for submit. Okay, thanks. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Uh,
Stop sharing and participate.
yeah, got it.
Are
Yes.
you the host now?
Huh. So, mute to I'll just make the presenter. So in the meantime, did you all got a chance to work on that assignment that I shared yesterday? So everyone.
Hi, Amit.
Yeah. Hey, hi.
So can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I have one question on this. See, when I am saving it to Tableau public.
Hmm.
It is the spaces are not fine. See, consumer is not completely visible.
Hmm.
I mean, how to fix this?
Hmm. Can you go back to the dashboard?
Here it is coming fine.
Actually, no, and just go back to that over there again. No, to the public. You on the public account? I mean, the you are the
Yeah, this is public.
no, no. I mean, on the Chrome.
Okay, Chrome. Okay.
Can you make it entire view? Just make the entire view of this.
From where?
To the just bottom of the chart. No, no. Scroll down. You see there is an icon. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So now it's coming. Actually,
Yeah,
it's coming. I just want a
in
little bit
entire view it is coming.
because of web page settings and also little bit compression something happens that to show it, squeeze it into that single view.
Okay. One more thing.
Mhm.
Is there a way to remove these lines in between?
So that you can click on this format at the
Okay.
top, and you have this. You have to first go back to the sheet. Go to the sheet. Select it. Now click on format. You see borders and lines.
Yeah.
Click on borders. Just make sure that everything is none. If you see this, just make sure everything is none. Total.
Yeah, I tried making all of these none, but it didn't work. It didn't remove these lines.
No, no, I see that there are row dividers. If you scroll down, if you see at the bottom over here, row dividers are there.
Okay.
Gone.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it is working. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll try this.
so,
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Stop. Okay, let me go there once. Without the host, right?
Arush, can you there's a question from Ankit. So, can you show cursor out of any graph? I mean, I think tooltip. I think Ankit referring to tooltip. Can you hover your mouse on any of the these bars? Arush?
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
What happened?
There is something one Oroshi has a point. When I'm going to download it, then the right side filter will not show in the download.
Ankit is saying target is wrong.
One second. Actually, can you close that the chat box? And on the right side, I don't see that stuff. Uh, where are
Maybe
the
I've selected all years. That's why.
uh, that you can check also, like if you want to check it out, right? So basically, if you just hover on this chart, on this line, okay. So we can see sales is 21,000 and target was 29,000 for consumer. So you can check this out basically in the data. If you can open that file, data file. Okay, so you have the sales target and
Okay, so for only consumer,
hmm,
uh, consumer sales.
1161,401. Let's check that.
This is for consumer, but the chart is for
Let me enter the same.
consumer plus furniture.
And this is for month of Jan. So
Yeah.
Jan, hmm, we'll have to check the Jan also in this. So filter out Jan.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hi, Ankit here.
Yeah.
Arus, select this target field and target sheet, and then consumer in January, so that we can check for the target. Whether my mine is wrong or
Yeah.
category is, I think, this furniture only
Categories furniture.
and
Okay.
consumer, yes. And
Segment is
select the order date.
consumer.
Select order date. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Categories furniture. Okay.
Order date. Type Jan in search. January. Type.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let the select. Click on D.
No, no, wait. Date is not filtered yet. I can see all other dates also in this.
Yeah, it's
11.
not January. It's so all dates are coming here.
So which,
JNU. Just type full JNU. Yeah.
now click OK.
No.
Still not.
No. Wait, sir. It's the formula in order date. See the above one. The random between date 2014 to 17. That's why it's getting different every time.
Do one thing, just remove this date filter, Arush. Remove the date filter. Clear,
Select
clear,
all. Select all.
clear.
It is already
Yeah.
okay.
Now just add a column. In the last, add a column of month Jan. Add a column. Write month and just extract the month over here. Equal to
See,
month.
every time you will put anything, it will get changed. So once you open it and fresh it will be fresh first.
No, is there a formula in this sheet? Can you click on that cell? Just click on that cell of order date.
Yes, it's a formula. If you double click on any cell, it will change. Try you try to expand any column.
No, that is
It
sorted
will,
now. So in
yeah.
the file, itself, is it a formula or like in?
Yes.
So you will have to first freeze the values.
So this will be for everyone because
Ah,
this will get changed every time when they are trying to put their
correct,
effort into this project.
correct. That is because this target will keep changing. So every time you will refresh it. So at that point in time, the things will come up, but for sure this file, then the data will keep changing. So there will be a mismatch. So first of all, freeze it and then bring the data. Getting it?
Okay. Yeah.
Because for Jan month, I was getting target around 8,000 only. So if I asked whether I was doing something wrong or Arush is having some issues in the file.
So basically, we should first actually clear the basic and then bring the data in that the Tableau. Then there, because that is the same thing I was wondering, that in some of the cases your numbers like that targets were not coming. So why is that there was a mismatch little bit? So we'll
So
just
this is the reason.
so just make it that first of all, make sure Arush, what you do is now just copy and paste this data as values. So this is for everyone, right? So all of you, right? If you all
Only for order date, right?
ah,
Right, Arush, right. For order date. Click on C column,
Okay.
copy.
Yeah, yeah.
Not here, not here. In the this F column, you can do it.
No, you can do it over here also. So the same
Yeah.
data
It
will.
will. It's a fresh change data because target is not getting changed, but date is changing.
Just copy and paste the same thing over here. So you will pick up. No, no, you have to
No,
do it.
remove the filter first. Remove the filter first. It won't allow. Arun, remove the filter first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now copy this. No, no, no. It will
No,
not.
no, paste this value. Select G again.
Sorry. Okay.
Right click, paste special value.
Oh, just be back in 5 minutes, right? Just need to grab
One
some.
two three one two three. This 1 2 3 1. Ah, yeah.
Okay, I'll just grab you quick. Please give me 5 minutes. I just be back.
Okay.
Now filter it again.
No, again it will show incorrect only because
Le-
your
le-
data must have taken different random dates. Mine will take different.
no, just see one thing. If you have selected this G2, it is showing 18/11/2016, but in above it is showing 8/10/2015. I don't know. It's for me only or
No, date, it will keep changing, no? This because random formula. See what happens is every time you open this Excel, so this formula recalculates. This formula will recalculate every time.
right, right.
Yeah.
So that is why the dates will be different for everyone. So if you see right now, like order date, so if you see not column C is different and G is different because the moment he entered the data got refreshed and order date column C got changed. So
Yeah.
this random formula will keep dates will keep changing every time you will open it up. You will find new dates in this, and because of that, your the target will keep changing if you will try to compare it. Got it,
So
Jenny?
this is for everyone because we have only 2 days for this class and they are trying to upload this project and they are getting error every time. They will be getting error every time. So
Mm-hmm.
guys, please do it before starting your project.
Right. The date should. I think the formula is left by the mistake over there. I just get that thing sorted. I'll correct that thing.
And keep the column name same because you have to join not join it's you have to blend the sheet and if you are doing the different column name it would be extra stuff for you to do it. Yes, Sachin, yes.
And there is one more question: how to submit this project?
So go to assessment,
Okay.
click on project 2. So first
And
what you did all the stuff step by step you have to write down in the word file with the screenshot
okay.
and finally that URL which you have shared in public cloud, to put that URL also in that your Word document, make it as a PDF and submit the document. Mostly,
Okay.
if
So
Simpliland guy is also
attach
here,
attach that PDF in all the three, or in all the two, in these
all
two.
the two, yes,
Okay.
because we are also making write up in the same document and the screenshot in the same document, so we can do it.
Okay.
I think we are done. Everyone is waiting, so we should start for our work today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure.
Sorry guys, sorry to interrupt in between, but this regarding for the project. So
Right. Thanks, Ankit. Thanks, Raj. So I'll just be starting in 2 minutes, right? So you can grab your tea. Just picking up my tea. Just take 2 minutes. Right?
At the time for joins, I have Urvashi, you can click on show filter. That's why it might not be showing in your page. So Ayush and I am having that filter in our dashboard also.
So he also very sorry that actually my maid didn't turn up and I was just preparing a quick tea so just to energize myself. Okay. Uh, so Roshi, you're having some troubles with the filters. I mean, are you talking about that? You sorted? Okay, great. So okay, so all did you all get a chance to work on that assignment that we talked about yesterday? How many of you have worked on that? So Gauri Shankar, you have shared a view. Let's have a look on it. Oh, okay. Cumulative sales and profit. Perfect. Pie chart. Oh, awesome. Okay. Cost tab. Yes. This is also perfect. Continuous scatter plot. Spread by return and non-return. Okay. So you have a select KPI. So if I change this to shipping, so it changes. Discount, it changes. Okay. And finally, we have a dashboard over here. Got it. So what chart is this? What are you trying to clear over here, Anindra? See, for bullet, you need two things, right? To create a bullet chart, you need to have two things with you, right? Like sales and profit. So whenever you create a bullet chart, certain bullet chart like we were seeing on the screen right now of Ankit and Arush. See, you have two things. One is sales and one was target. So bullet chart, the idea of using a bullet chart is you should be able to compare with whether you were able to meet your target or not. So a small line will show you that this was the target and the bar shows you the sale. So if the bar exceeds that tick mark, that means you overachieved, and otherwise you underachieved. So that is how basically this whole the bullet works, right? If you have only one field sales, so you're not going to get anything in that case. Getting it? Okay. So right, so let's start with the things, right? So today, what we will do is we will. So we don't. You have the. I think you don't have the targets in this data. The exercise that I shared in that you do not have any targets. So you need to have the targets in your data first. Okay. So now what we will do over here is see I'm giving you a small thing over here. Okay, let me give you a, so I'm just uploading that file. So can you please go, everyone go on the link, and there's a zipped folder that is downloaded. That is something which is basically the animation charts. No, so Fanindra, this is there was no question for bullet chart in that exercise. So you don't need to add anything over here right now. So you won't be able to add up anything in this. In this chart, are you asking about this chart? What do you want to? What do you need to add in this? So you don't have target, so you can't see. First of all, we have to understand the data, right? If I don't have the target in this, so definitely I cannot, kind of create a bullet chart in that scenario. Are you able to download the file, everyone? If you will, download the file, you have to extract the files from there. It's a zipped file that you will be downloading. So from this folder over here, right? This is a zipped folder, animation chart. Done. So file is this animation chart. Animation file, this zip folder you all have to download. So in this, when you will download it, you will have to extract the files, and in that you will find there are 4 files in it. So Amol, to refresh the data, you just have to come to over, go to your file, right? Any report that you have created, you just have to right click and you have to refresh it. So you write and refresh. So that way the Excel, it will pull the latest data from there. Okay. Right. See now all of you, right? If you will see over here, the first of all, please all of you, let's try to understand what is the file that we have. Right. So I'll just show you over here. See, you have 4 files in that. So Fanita, don't upload the files. First, understand what we have to do, and then you have to answer what will you do, how and how will you do it. Okay. See, in this file, what we have over here is, if you will all see, like I have downloaded the file of population, and in this, and this is the actual data, right? The data which is being downloaded from UN website. It's an actual data that we have in this over here. So what we have is, like, you are given the name of the Just give me a second. Let me just restart the Excel. I think it's a little stuck. Uh, so I'm opening the first file, that is country population. See, in this file, what you have is you have the name of all the countries, right? And you have all the years written or given over here. For every country and every year, the population is given to you, right? Like in this country name Aruba, this was the population across the years, right? This is how the data is given to us. Okay. Similarly, if you come over here, the second file you have country, the metadata. In the another file, you have the information of all the country names, right? You have the information of all the country names, and you have. Mhm. First not opening. Okay, like I just opened up the life expectancy. See, in the life expectancy, what you have is the same information for all the countries, for all the years. You have the life expectancy, right? So you will see four files. They have the same structure. Nothing is different. In one file, right, you have the population of the countries for the years. Then you have the fertility rate, and then you have the life expectancy, right? So, and in this metadata, you have the information of like which country belongs to which region, right? The continent name. So, if you all remember that I had shown you a small video, right? A video where there was a chart being created of life expectancy versus, the country population, right? So if you have to create the same chart, right, using this data, you have to create that same scatter plot where what we have is like, we are trying to showcase that, okay, over here I should be able to see the fertility rate. Over here I should have the expectancy, and every bubble, right, every bubble over here, what that should do is that is something that should give you the basically the information as in for each country what was the what was the life expectancy, right, life expectancy, and the fertility rate, right, on this, and the sorry, the show fertility rate over here and life expectancy over here, right, and you have to put the year in the animation. Can you try to make that chart? So using these files, can you try to create a chart? So Monica, that for the dashboard, the view and everything is already given in the dashboard. So steps are also given. I mean, all the ask is there. You have to create a sales versus target, a bullet chart, and you have to do some color coding in that. Okay. So what will be the steps that you're going to follow it up? Yep, everyone. So I can also open up a fresh new Tableau over here where we will do all this stuff. So right, Ankit, upload the sheet and pivot it first. Perfect. Right. So if I click on Excel, so let's grab that data. See, all of you, please do it with me. This is an interesting activity. So we have the metadata. So let's open it up. In this, you will see we have the name of the country, code of the country, and the region of the country. Right? This is the only information that I have. I really don't need to do any transformation over here on this data. Correct? So please, all of you, load the first sheet. That is animation charts. So with that, you will have to download the complete folder, animation charts, and if you will unzip it, there are 4 files in this. Mhm. Done, everyone? Right. Now what we do over here is you have to click on data and new data source and bring the second file now. So we will be using data blending for this. Right. So please bring the population data in this. With that, the name of the data set is this over here, right? Animation chart. This file on that drive. This is the folder you have to download Okay, so if you will all see in this data set, the challenge that we have over here is we are getting, all the columns over here separately, right? So first of all, what we have done is we have loaded the metadata. Second file, we have brought the population. Now in the population, okay, the thing that we will need over here is we will have to pivot the data. So how do we pivot it? You select the column, all the columns you'll have to select the first column, press Control Shift, and then go to the very last. Select the last column and pivot it. Oops, I think I missed one field and pivot. And this is, we are going to call it as year, and this will be population. Okay. Then you click on data and new data source. And this time we will bring the third file. That's going to be fertility rate. And follow the same process on this. So in this, what we have is you have fertility rate. So Abigail, you have to select the first column. See, follow the step. Select the first column, press Control Shift key, and scroll it on the extreme right, and then select the last column, right? And then leave the Control Shift. So that way all the things will be selected. Then simply right click and pivot. So this will be the year and this will be the fertility rate. Okay. So this is where what's happening is you have got the file. So Vidya, when you select the first column, right? When you select the first column, after selecting the first column, press Control Shift, then use the scroller, move it to the right side, and then select the last column, and then leave the Control Shift. That way it will not move. Okay. So now the final file, that's going to be the life expectancy. Okay. So the life expectancy, we have the same thing over here now. We select the first column, Control Shift, last column, right click and pivot. So this becomes years. This is life expectancy. Okay. Here is the link. Thanks. So Kasturi, I think what you are doing is you are selecting all the columns, right? You just have to. So after that pivoting, you will be after pivoting it out. It's going to give you those two pivoted files only, the two columns only. One will be the year and one will be the life expectancy. Please add the fourth one also. So Rupa, you don't have to drag. We are using data blending over here. So once you bring the first sheet, then you have to click on data and new data source, then bring the next file. Don't click on add. You don't have to add over here. You have to click on data, new data source, and then connect to that file. Done everyone? Then you have to click on the sheet one, and that is where we start building the visual now. Okay. Kaushik. No, no. So all the four files. Yep. So you will be able to see four files now over here, right? One, two, three, four. So we have four sources in this. Correct? Perfect. So what we do is let's start developing the chart. So first of all, let's go to the life expectancy. So all of you please click the life expectancy and pick the life expectancy from there, put it in the columns. Okay. Then you go, so please do it. Okay. Then I go to the fertility rate, right? And I pick the fertility rate from there and put it into the row. And it throws a message and let's click on OK. Right. So now what is happening is the moment you draw it, it's asking for some relationship to be created. So please do it, everyone. And if you all will notice now, see in the life expectancy, Tableu is telling us that it has already identified the relationships between these two data sources on the basis of four columns, five columns instead. Okay. So what do you feel? Is there any relationship which is correct or incorrect? Right? Indicator code and name needs to be removed. Right? So indicator code and indicator name is a wrong connection that you are getting. Why? Because if you all will take a look on this, right? Because in every data set, indicator name and indicator code columns are names are same, but the codes and the names are different. Right? If you take a look on this right now, the codes and names are different. So because the column names were same, Tableau thought that this is the same field and the relationship should be there. So, but this is a relationship we don't need. So how do I break it? How do I remove this relationship? Right? Or even if you don't remove it, right? Till the time you are not using it, it's not going to create a problem for you. So what I do right now is I pick up the country name and put it over here in the detail. Okay. So whether the files are already there on the drive, you can copy this, over here. So you can take it up from here files. So in the folder animation charts. Okay. So you will get a chart something looking like this. And let's do one thing. You can keep the fertility rate over here and life expectancy over here. Just inverse it, right? Keep life fertility rate in the columns and life expectancy in the rows. So 8 nulls are, because there are some blank values also in the data. So it's showing that there are some blank values as well in the data. That is what that indicator is. So Kasturi, basically the field names are just renaming it, right? You double click on that. So when you get that field name, you just have to double click on that. That way you can rename it. So we did that renaming. So it was coming as pivot field 1. This was coming as pivot field 2. So this was year. So double click over there, call it as year. Double click over here, call it as fertility rate. So but please check before that you are doing the namings correctly. So you can check from the indicator that this file is fertility 1. So this will be fertility rate. Similarly, you go into another file. So over here, you just have to double click on that to rename it. Okay. Animation charts. This one. It's a folder basically. There are 4 files in this. Now, on this chart, what we do is, let's go to the population. And from there, what we will do is, we will pick up the population and put on the size. Right, please do that. And what you will see over here is, it says there is no relationship. So, no worries, we can activate that. We just have to click on country code. Just make sure that the country code relationship is activated. Got it? Now what you can do is you can increase the size of the bubbles, right? And what you can do is you can change the shape of the bubbles to filled circles. And there it is. The chart is ready. Okay. See, last step what I've done is I have dragged population on the size, right? Drag the population in the from a population file and make sure that this country code relationship is activated. If it is gray, click on this and make it red. Okay. Then what I can do is I can come to the metadata file and drag the region on the colors, right? And make sure over here also country code is activated and your chart is ready. Right now we just have to put the animation in this. So please take your time, sort it out, everyone. Yes, Abhigyan. See, basically what we did was in the population, we had dragged the population, right? So population was not there on this chart. So what I did was I dragged the population on the size, right? I got a message that there is no relationship. So to activate the relationship, I just clicked on the country code. See, because country is something which is common in every data set. So the relationship has to be there on the basis of country, right? No, David, it will matter. So the relationship will matter. See, because on this chart right now we had the country names already on this chart. So we have to make sure that the country code or the country name. I mean, out of these two, right? Anyone will matter. Correct? Either country, because every code represents one country. So they have a mapping, code and country. We have to activate either of them. And then we went to the metadata and we dragged the region on the color and the chart was ready like this. And then what we will do is we will go back to the life expectancy data set, pick up the field of year and put in the pages. Perfect. Right, Ankit? So here in the animations and there the chart is now ready. If I play this, so we will see the same chart that we saw over there in that video coming up over here. So please try it, all of you. Got it? Yeah, sure, Ankit, please. I'll just unmute you. Yes, please.
Hello.
Uh,
We have discussed the same thing in the earlier class where the this animation is not working for public Tableu format, right?
mm-hmm.
So
That
we can do one thing for all guys. Go to this format menu, click on animation and off it for workbook default.
so if you just so this was basically this animations.
Yeah, animation and click on off. Now it will work for public also.
Actually, I was reading about this basically for this animation chart. Actually, this is a
I
bug.
did the same.
Uh, so this is a bug that has happened in this. So it is
Right,
actually
right.
not working by default. So I think they with the latest update or something like that, they are going to update that up. So technically,
So default is on, so we have to off it for all these guys so that they can also play the same in their Tableu format.
correct. So basically, the off technically means that the animation should not work, right? But an on means that over here you want that the animation to work, and you can set the duration from here, like what is the speed at which the filters should change, right? So you have this, these options over here. So you just have to, in that case, you'll have to make it off, and then it is going to work. So it's working the other way around.
And again, one more bug that I have felt that if you click on this play button, the right one which you do, no, the play, where you
Ah,
do the same.
I'm just doing it
So
up.
if you switch over your window, it will stop.
Uh, I mean, you're saying that this window switching like this?
Yeah, it won't continue to play then. Yeah.
Ah, then it stops basically. So like for
Then
example,
again you have to click on play to.
it stops. So you take away your screen over here, so it stops over there.
Yes.
Hmm. Even
Yeah,
if
please
you,
mute me again.
sure. So I'm Gauri Shankar. I'm getting an error when I try to add the year in pages. It won't be an error. It would be some warning that you would be getting. Prakash, automatically as in, see, one is you can come over here and you can say loop playback. Loop playback means it will just keep playing it. It will, even after all the years close, it will still keep running. It will not stop. Yes, so Rupa, we change the field name so that we can understand which field we are working upon. So in life expectancy, we changed it to life expectancy. In population, we changed it to population. So it was there. Got it? So Gauri Shankar, you can share your screen. Let's have a look. What's the issue with the URL? So I'm just making the presenter. Yep. So there you are. You can share your screen. Let's see what's the error that you're getting. So see on the top left, you see quick start option. Just click on that quick start and share my desktop. Yes. See, you go to the fertility rate one. Go to the source fertility rate. Pick up the year from there. Put it over there now. Got it? Actually, no. You have to drag the field from the primary source. You were dragging the year from the secondary one. Yeah. So you have to just stop sharing and then you just make it a presenter. Huh. So stop sharing and then you have to just right click on that, simply learn without host. So, yes, yeah, got it. Thank you. Yep. So everyone is now sorted. So Gauri, you can just please mute your side. Uh, so when you put that, so Kasturi, when you put that the region on the color, so what you have to do in that case is you will have to over here activate this relationship. Just click on the country code and make sure it turns red. So then that error will go away. Okay, the relationship is not there. That is why that error was coming up. So just do that. Just click on this. That is what you have to do. So there is no step. That is something that will happen after that. After you drag the field, then you have to activate that relationship. Okay. So Amol, if you want to have, so if you want to have the year in the center, annotate area, and inside this insert page name. So that's it. So we will get the year also on this. Okay. So Alex, if you want to make the how to make the ear slower, I mean you want that the ear should change slowly. Is that what you're asking? Right. Are we done, everyone? So this is how the final end product looks like. So if I play it, so here there it goes. So you have to right click over here, annotate area. And inside this, you say insert year in this. Oh, sorry, insert page name in this, and that's it. So, Swarupa, see, technically there was nothing, right? If you will and try to understand, we haven't done anything new in this. So, what we did was there were 4 files, right? There were 4 files over there. So, the only part was a little bit of a data transformation. We loaded the first file, right? That was our population. And in that, what you had to do was first you had to pivot the data, pivot all the years, right? That is what we did. Pivoted all the years. Now, when you pivot the data, what happens is the field name, you will get only 2 fields. So you rename the field. Rename the field right over there. So one field was renamed as year, another becomes population, right? So this is what we did. So when I loaded the first file, that was the population. So I got, after pivoting, I was left behind with these two fields. One I called it as year because there are year in this. This I have renamed it as population because there was population in this. Correct? The same step has been followed for the other files. Then what we did was clicked on new data source, and then what we did was we brought the new Excel, and this time I brought life expectancy. The same step follows on them year, and this becomes life expectancy. Then what we did was we clicked on new data source again, next Excel, that is fertility rate, and the same steps applied over here. Right? Similarly, we had the same thing done for the metadata file. But in that, pivoting was not required. These steps were not required in that because the data was already clean in that file. So you got all the four data sources. Once we had all the four data sources, I have just dragged the fields from each of the files. From life expectancy, I picked up the life expectancy, put in the rows. From fertility rate, I picked up the fertility rate, right? And from the life expectancy only, I dragged country name on the detail, country name on the detail, and year in the pages. That's it. And region on the color. So this is what we have done. Okay, Alex, are working. So Sudhir, you need any help? Are you asking for any help on the project? So where are you stuck? You can please let me know. We'll try to help you on that. See, now what I will do over here is, so right, Ankit, so let's show you that. See, technically, if I see the mostly, like the content is mostly over, right? So I'm just trying to take up some extra exercises and questions if you like to ask, right? So see, if I click on new file, so that's a place of your asked SQL Server. Let me show you that. Right. Just give me all 1 second, right? Let me just plug in the charger. See, what we do over here is, see, I have a SQL Server installed on my system. Okay. See, let me open that up. SQL Server. Okay. See, now SQL Server, is like a database, right? So basically, if you want to pull data from any of the databases or any other source, right, it's very straight and quick forward in Tableau to do that. So I'm just, you know, here it is, right? See, I have one database with me. See, this is SQL Server. See, in this, I have one database with me by the name of orders data, and in that, I have the table of orders, right? The same table orders that that we have used in the sample superstore. Suppose, let me show you the data also first of all to be double sure. Right? So if you will see over here, I can see that data right now. Suppose if I want to now pull this data not from Excel but from SQL Server. So how I do it? See, I'll just go into the Tableu. When I say connect to the data, I will simply say SQL Server, right? And over here you will have to put the server name. See, since I'm using a local server, I will write dot. Otherwise, what happen is when you work with a SQL server, you will be provided with a server name, right? There will be a server name that will be provided to you. Right, Ankit. So that can be an IP, that can be a system name. So that will be provided to you. And then you just click on sign in. So your Tableau will get connected to that server right away. And you see, right, like in Excel, you get the sheets. Over here, it is asking which database do you want to select. So over here, you will be able to see the list of all the databases. See, my database was orders data. I select my database, and then you will get your tables. You will get the list of the tables. Like you do with your Excel, you have to drag and drop which sheet you want to use. If you have multiple tables, you will simply drag and drop over here and click on update now. The data will be loaded. No, this is only for Tableau licensed software. You will not find this in Tableau public. See, in Tableau, your Tableau public cannot be connected to the SQL server. Okay, Tableau public can only be connected to the Excel file and CSV. And the very good option that you get over here, how many of you know how to write SQL queries? Right? In with databases, what you can do is if you're good with writing SQL queries, then you can do this also, and you can write your query. Suppose if I say select star from order dollar where sales is more than 500, so now only that data will be loaded which fulfills my conditions, right? So if you see now, only that data will be loaded over here now. Make sense? See, now if you will see everywhere over here, the sales are more than 500 on this. Okay. Right? So a mode does data refresh. No. It will not work in the auto mode. Like auto mode will come up if you will, upload that file on the server. So there is altogether a different module that is Tableau server. So when you publish it over there, in that case, we can have that auto refresh. If you want to edit that query, you can do that. So if you click on this, you will be able to do it. Make sense? Sure. I can do that. Yep. This is like you need to all have the understanding of the databases, so that way we will be able to do it. So Kamal, basically when you start loading the files one by one, so what happens in that case is you will actually get to see this over here, right? In that file, you will have to click over here. All the four sources you will be able to select from here. You select second one, the third one. So whatsoever you will select, that will be visible. Okay. Right, guys. So I think let's talk about a break over here, and then let's just start continue from here then, right? So let's just start in 15 minutes. Okay, hi, we'll start. Kaushik, you have. So live operation, see, I told you, right? So basically, what happened is, see, when you are in the Tableu, okay? So this is an option that is going to come up in your Tableu license software. Okay, if you know, if any, I just want to share this information, right? Like if anyone is like from college, right, who is still doing his, like the degrees, you are still doing it, you have your ID with you. So what you have is basically you can actually download your Tableau provides 1 year of free license to the students, right? So in case you like to, use that up, so you can just come over here and you can say Tableau for students. See what will happen is you will just have to register over here. You click on get Tableau for free. So this is just for the people who are in the college, right? So you need a ID for that. You can just fill up the information over here, all the information, and then you click on verify student status. It's going to ask for your ID, right? And if you upload the ID of yours, so within 15 minutes, what will happen is you will receive an ID. Uh, you will receive an email from the Tableau where you will have a product ID. They will share a product ID with you. So then you download Tableau software and over there it asks for the activation code. Just put that code over there. You will get 1 year of Tableau activated, right? Currently you will get 15 days trial, 14 days trial. That will get extended for 1 year. If any student would like to use it, they will be able to use that up, right? You just have to create it and it's just a very simple process. You get a big activation key, copy paste, and it gets activated right away. Okay. So now this option like the databases, right? Like I was showing you how to connect to the databases of this option only comes in the Tableau license software, not in the Tableau public version. And in this also you get two more options over here. One is like live and one is extract. Okay, now what are they? Live and extract basically. See what happened is the component, if you all recall it from the very first session. So what we have is like over here Tableau has two components. One is Tableau Desktop, the tool that we have all learned in the throughout the training, and then there is Tableau Server. Right? Tableau Server is something which we use for the publishing of the reports. See, in the trainings we have used Tableau Public. Tableau Public is also a server. It's a free server, public server, and it doesn't provide you a lot of features over there. It's just that you can publish and save your work over there. But in the license software, what happen is you can do a lot of tasks, right? On the Tableau server, what you can do is you can set up automatic refresh of the data, right? Basically, data refresh is something which is required. Data refresh is something which is required a lot, right? And you have to keep on refreshing your data from time to time. So you will not have to do that process manually. Tableau will automatically take care of that. Are you getting my point, everyone? Okay. And in those refreshes, you will have two ways. One is called as live refresh, and one is called as your the scheduled refresh. So how are these two things different is that see in the live refresh what will happen is the moment the data will change in your database, you will get the latest data in your Tableau report. And in the scheduled refresh, right, if you're using a scheduled refresh for example over here, so what's going to happen in that case is you can set up the time, right? You can set up time. As in if you want that, okay, every day at 5 p.m. the data should refresh, so you can set up a timer. So every day at 5 p.m. only the data will get refreshed. Okay. Yep, everyone. So now, when once that is done, right? So how that is done is basically you have to do some small change over here in the connection. If you keep it as live is like data is coming directly from the data source to the Tableau. Remember we talked about this? Data is coming directly from the data source to the Tableau desktop. But if you choose the option of extract, in extract what will happen is there is another third source that will be created, which we call it as TDE, Tableau Data Extract. In that, what will happen is data will come from source to this TDE. From this TDE, the data will go into the Tableau file. So that is how the data is going to get, basically flowing into the file. From the Excel or SQL server, the data will be saved in the extract that will be created, and from that extract, the data will go in the Tableau. If you choose the option of extract, the benefit of extract is because in this extract, Tableau will do a lot of compression of the data, and because of that, the performance of the Tableau will get increased. You will have a faster performance of the Tableau as compared to what you would have got with the live connection. Clear? So Kamal, which field you are trying to drag in that, or which you are getting the error? Are you trying to drag country code or country name? Yeah, sure, Kamal. So Vidya, which version you were using? Were you using Tableau desktop or Tableau the public one? In public, you should not get any issue like that because in public you do not have the option of live. You only have extract option in that. See, the problem comes in, like for example, if you are using Tableau desktop licensed software and the connection is live, and then you are trying to save it on the the tab on the Tableau public, then it will give you an error. You have to first convert it into the Tableau the extract over there. So this is the reason you're getting is Kamal, because see what happens is like when you try to drag any field which has a lot of values, it always shows a warning that do you really want to add all the members. You can simply say yes, add all members, right? But this is not what you have to do actually in this chart. You have to remove the year from the columns, and there is some issue with your life expectancy also, right? Can you go and click on the data source? Can you please click on the data source at the bottom? Bottom, yep. So you are only left with two fields. Something you have done wrong, right? Because you didn't have to pivot all the fields. You have pivoted all the fields over here. You only had to pivot the years.
Okay, so are you
Rightly,
hearing me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so sir, basically when I selected the table, so the data source, I selected all the columns. You are right. I selected starting from country name till the last column.
Correct. So that is what not you have to do. You have to just pivot the years. So
Okay.
choose the same source again. Mhm. No, no, above one, above. Yes, fertility rate.
Sorry, just a bit.
So right click and unpivot it. Remove pivot. Uh, but now this time only pivot the years now.
Starting from 1960, right?
Uh, and then you press Control Shift and then go to the last. Select this. Now pivot it. So this way you will get the proper data. You will have the years. So and then the next is fertility rate.
Got it, sir. I think I am fine now. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So also let's start something over here, right? Let's do something in this. Okay. So what we're going to do over here is please can you all open a new file. Just open a new file. And in this please load the data of Superstore. Load the data of Superstore. Excel and load the data from the sample superstore file, the file that we all had used, and drag the sheet of orders in this. Okay. So now we will create a chart over here, right? Let me show you something. Let's create a chart and let's simply bring the field of uh, let's bring the field of state, drag the state on this. Uh, First drag the country and then drag the state in this. This will also make it. And then what you can do is drag the sales on the sides. So please do it. Sample superstore. Okay. See, now if you hover on any of the bubbles, it will show you what is the country, state, and total sales, right? If suppose, what I want is, like anywhere if I hover on this bubble, I want to see the total sales every time. I want to see what was the total sales. See, what you can do in that case is if you create a new field, if you get a calculated field, let's call it as total sales. So what I can do in that case is, see, if you simply write something like this, sum of sales in the curly brackets. In the curly brackets, write sum of sales, right? What this will do is, if you bring this on the label or in the tooltip, it will always show you the total sales. See, the overall sales, 2.3 million. You will always get that number over here in the tooltip. Are you able to do it? Yes, the formula of the sale is this. I have created a new field and I've written sum of sales in the curly bracket. So when you write something in the curly bracket, that becomes fixed. So sorry, Prakash, I didn't get your point. I mean, you're asking to increase the size, you can increase it. Okay. See, now, in this case, what we have done is we have showcased total sales over here on the bubble right now. Now, there can be a requirement that can come up. See, now understand it. At what level is this chart? What is the level of this chart, everyone? At what level I am showing this chart? At the state level, right? We are showing this chart at the state level. So suppose I want to keep the chart at the state level and I want to calculate what was the average sale per city for each state, right? I want to calculate average sale per city for each state. So how do you think we will approach this or how we will do this? Right, Arush? So we'll have to use include LOD, right? So there is a new word that you all are going to hear over here that I am calling it as LOD, right? LOD is something which stands for level of detail, right? This stands for level of detail. Level of detail means it's a calculation. At what level do you want to show your calculation for a chart, right? So in this case, what we can do is we can define the calculation, and in that calculation, whatever, like the syntax and conditions we would have given, on the basis of that, the calculation will happen. Okay. Now these are of three types. You have include, you have exclude, and we have fixed. There are these three type of LODs that we have. Okay. So what I'm saying, see, understand it. If you understand the wordings, you will be able to understand it well. My chart is at state level, right? And what do I want to show? I want to show the average sale per city, right? So like for example, let me do one thing. I'll bring the city also in this. So all of you, please remember this number. What is the sale of Montana? Everyone? 5589. The sale of Montana is 5589. Let me pick up the state, the city, and put this on the chart. Okay. So what is the average sale per city for Montana? Yes, everyone. Just calculate it and tell me the number. What is the average sale per city for Montana? Yep. Uh-huh. That's not the right number. Five, four. Right. So that is going to be 5589 divided by 5, because there are one, two, three, four, 5 cities in this. Right. That turns out to be correct. 111.82. Double 4 times 1 basically. So it should be 1100. Right. Somewhere around 1100. Right, Sharon? So I think you have just missed some decimals. So it should be somewhere around 1100 per city. Right. So what will happen now? See, many of you will think that okay, let's do one thing. Let me just right click on the sales and change the calculation to average. If I do that, I get a number as 373, which is not the correct number that we just verified by our own calculation. Right, everyone? Okay. This is, what is happening over here is right now what Tableu is doing. Tableu is adding up all the sales and dividing it by the number of rows, which is not a correct number. So what I will have to do in this case is I will keep the measure as sum only, right? We will have to create a calculated field. So all of you please do that. Open the calculated field and let's call it as include LOD. Okay. Over here I will say include. I want to include city, and for that I have to calculate sum of sales. Right? This is what I am saying right now. Now I am saying wherever I will use this field, if the field at whatsoever level the field is, we are just saying that we have to include city in that calculation. Right? So we are saying we have to include city in that calculation. Getting it, everyone? Click on apply and OK, and then pick this field and put it over here in the tooltip. Got it? No, this is not difficult at all, Alex. This is really simple. We just have to, over here, what we have done is, you just have to add that I want to include city wherever, I'm using this field for the sum of sales. Okay? Now, if you will see over here, right now, if you will see, include LOD and sum of sale are the same, right? Because the sum of state is also this, and sum of sales of cities is also this. But if you right click on that LOD field, if you right click on this LOD field and you say change the calculation to average, right? You will see you will get the correct number in that case. That is 1118 over here. Okay, 1118. Now it's calculating the average sale per city. Okay, please do it, everyone. Okay. So with that, you have to right click on that and you have to change that to average. The LOD field, you have to change it to the average. Okay. So please check the calculation once. This is what we have done. Include city for the sum of sales. Okay. So Vidya, can you share your screen? If you can just do that, I'll just quickly help you out. Yep. So you can share your screen now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. So please remove the city from the chart. Remove city from the chart. Yeah. So the chart is already at city level, so the calculation will change because of that. So now bring your cursor on that. So if you
Yeah,
see now.
correct. Yeah, it's correct now. Thank you.
Uh,
Where should I change it?
so stop sharing and then on the participants you will see the option of simply learn without host. So just right click and make presenter. Change role to presenter.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Got it? So Shiny, have you dragged and dropped the fields on that chart of sales? So if suppose you have to make the chart where you have dragged country, then you have to drag the state, and then you have to put sales that we have on the size, right? And you have to put the include LOD on the tooltip, right? And right click on that and change to average. See now like we have include, right? Similarly we have exclude. See, you understand. See, what I am saying is, what we are trying to do with that include and exclude is that include means that the chart is at some level, but you want to include some other calculation in that. Okay, the chart is at some level, but you want to include something in that. Similarly, you have exclude. Exclude means you have something on the chart, but you want to exclude that thing from there and then show the calculation. So, like for example, let's make the same chart again. So, all of you, let's bring the country, let's bring the state, and let's bring the city also this time. So, please, all of you do this. Bring the country, state, and city. And then put the sales on the size. So, you will see sales for each city now. So, please make it all of you. Done, everyone? So, Amrita, that is in the sample superstores. Sample superstore file. Yes, that is where you have the orders. Okay. So now what I do is, see what I want to achieve now in this case is, I can see that for every city I can see the total sale, right? I can see the total sale for every city. But what I want to do over here on this chart is that, for example, if I hover on Montana, right? Over here, if I hover on this city, Great Falls. Now this Great Falls belong to Montana, right? Great Falls belong to Montana. I want that I should be able to see the sale of Montana also, right? It's like for comparison. I should be able to see, oh, okay, in Great Falls I had a sale of this much amount, but what was the total sale of Montana? So that I can compare, right? Like, okay, total sale out of that, this much I got over here. So what I want to do, I want to exclude city this time. I don't want to keep city this time for my calculation. So what will I do now is, I will create a calculated field. Let's call it as exclude LOD. and I will simply say exclude city for sum of sales, right? So when you do this, when you say you want to exclude city for sum of sales, now what this calculation will do, if suppose there is any city used on the chart, it will remove that and then it will show you what is the calculation, what is the sale that you have got, right? So like for example, now if I bring this on the on the tooltip, you will be able to see this now. This tells you that the total sale of Montana was 5589. So I have the city sale also and state sale also. Okay. So Amrita, this is a file that you already would be having with you, right? This is something we downloaded in the very first session. You would be having this file downloaded already in your folder. Are you able to find it? And it's on the drive also if you want to download that up. So on the drive also it's placed over there, sample superstore. Yes, everyone. Does this make sense? Exclude. Okay. See, just try to understand it. See what it is doing. You can do it for anything. Say, for example, if I create a chart, right? Suppose I am creating a chart over here for category, and I bring the subcategory, and I bring the sales. See, as a default property, what Tableau does is Tableau splits the chart by granularity, right? It is showing the sale of subcategories now. But suppose over here I want to show the sale of the category also. What will I do? How will I make my field? Can you all create it and share it with me over the chat? Shiny, are you sorted? Are you able to see the things on your chart now? Okay, Shiny, you can just share your screen. Yep, so I've made you the presenter. You can click on the quick start on the top left and change role to presenter. So on the top left, you see quick start. Quick start. Click on that and say share my desktop. On the top left, you see some options, quick start, top left of your screen. Uh-huh. Can you do one thing? Can you please click on that, this small icon on the map? You see there is a cross symbol and pin icon on your map. Click on this, reset. Which data is it you are using over here? Can you click on the data source at the bottom? Actually, you have loaded the sample superstore new region. we had to use the data of sample superstore. So the file is different, but no problem, right? But still you can do, you will be able to see the calculations over here also. Go on to the sheet one. I mean, you will have some less states because in that file we have a less number of states in that. So hover on Minnesota, bring your mouse on Minnesota. Above, you see the top bubble, no, no, bubble on the chart, bubble on the chart. So over here only, if you see, if you stay over here, have you made that field of include LOD? You can see sum of sales. Put the include LOD in the tooltip, right? Now right click on that LOD field in the tooltip that you have dragged right now. Right click on this. Uh-huh. Change the measure. No, no, over there only. Click on measure. Change it to average. Now hover on that Texas. So here you can see, right? Sales and average include LOD. So because the file that you have loaded, you have only very few states in that. So your data is small. But if you will do the same thing on that other file also, sample superstore, you will be able to see all the states in that and everything will be there. Okay. So just please make simply learn without host, right? So you will see simply learn without host in your panelist list. Change, right click and change role to presenter. Hello, you're shining. You just need to right click on that simply learn. Yeah. No, no, you have made the wrong one.
Will I be able to do it again?
No, no, no. I'll just call them up. Wait a second.
Sure, sorry.
Hello, Kirti there. If you can make me the presenter, please. Now. Yeah. Okay, so everyone, so where we are, sorry. Okay. So in this now, see over here. So if you see LOD, if you see, are you able to make this calculation? See, for example, the chart is at category level and subcategory level. I want to show the sum of sales for categories over here. Yep, so I think we have got the first answer, Arush. Yep, perfect. So what we will do is, I will say exclude subcategory. I will create a calculated field and I can say, suppose let's call it as category sales, right? And if I come over here and I say that I am going to exclude subcategory sum of sales. So what this will do is, on this chart, you know what this calculation will do, since I have said exclude this, so it will remove category, subcategory. So you are left with the, it will assume that you have to show the calculation at a category level now. So if I do that, right, see, let me show you. I bring the category sales over here in this, and you see category sales are coming over here on this. Got it, everyone? If you see right now, I can see the sales and the category sales over here. You know, the same thing can also be achieved by another calculation that we call it as fixed. See, in fixed, what will happen is, I am saying that the calculation should always come at a fixed level. I could have said fixed category. Now, if I say fixed category sum of sales, now what does this mean over here is, whatsoever field you have used on the chart, you have used anything, this will always show the sum of sale of category, right? If I click on apply and OK, if you bring this field also over here in this, see, it gives the same number. It is saying that the calculation now is saying over here that I do not care about anything. I am only going to show you the fixed sales for category. It is always fixed for category level now. So that is where you will see, for furniture, this was the sale. Office supplies, this was the sale. Whatever you keep adding in this chart, this is always going to show you the sale of category only. Does that make sense to all of you? Yes, everyone? Perfect. Okay. Yes, Alex. So there are three of them: fixed, include, and exclude. So what we will do is, we will do some more questions also on this. I will show you some of 2-3 more examples, right? So to be very clear and sure on these three calculations. So yep. So this is where we will take the pause for today. Okay. And so see, on Monday we have the last session, right? So probably please collect your doubts and you can share that up. So we will, I will help you out with all your doubts. So please go to the videos, lessons, exercises, so that I can show you that up. So Alex, so projects are technically you have to submit it all. I mean, like in the morning also, we were discussing, like Arun, Ankit, Arush, Ankit, they all, like shared their projects with me. So if you have built up the things and you have doubts, you can present it. I can, help you with the doubts in case if you will have any. The idea is so that, the project is that you are able to put on all your learnings in that. So you can ask the doubts, but as in, we will not be doing the projects in the session. Right? Yes, Steve, please ask it out. I unmuted you.
Sir, in the total sales thing, I've got the same value as sales, sir, in the previous sheet.
That is only what you will get. So like the total sales, the idea for that is it gives you the overall sales.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't include any filter and all in that. So like in this case also if I show you, so I also got the same number. Sorry, it was this sheet. Oh, have I moved it?
The first sheet, sir, I guess.
Ah, so total, it will be 2.3 million everywhere.
Sir, I am getting the same value as sales, sir, actually. It is taking the aggregate total sales in my.
No, it will be aggregate only. What is so in the sales field? It will be if you will be dragging the sales field, right? If you will drag the sales field, this will give you the independent sales. But if you will drag the total sales, that will give you the aggregated data of the whole data.
But it is showing the individual thing only, sir.
So can you check your calculation? It should be curly brackets sum of sales.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Sure, Ritu, I'll just unmute you. Yes, please.
Yeah, good morning. Actually, I was unable to attend two sessions in between due to a family function. So, actually, I have downloaded the recording. I have gone through the entire session. I don't have any kind of doubt in that. So, after submitting the assessments, will the certificate be unlocked or have to start?
After submitting the project, then the certificate gets unlocked. The project, correct.
Okay. One more question, like like when we are submitting the project, like I'm a working professional, so that's why I have enrolled for this batch from 6 to 9, and the rest of the day I'm busy with my work. So if I submit the project a little bit later, then how will I be able to know that whatever I have submitted, what is wrong in the project and what is right, and how will I be able to get this? Means how can I have a discussion regarding the mistakes that I have made in the projects?
So you can connect with the support team anytime. They will help you on that. So you can write down an email and they will help you if there was something not well. So they will help you on that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So Sudhir, I think it's around you will be getting the submission date on your LMS. That what is the last date of submission? Usually, I guess it's around 15 days from the last day of the session. So other data sets and everything, they are all provided on the LMS. If you will open the project, in the very last line, there is a link. Access the data sets over here. When you click on that link, it will take you to the GitHub and you can download the data sets from there. So Swarupa, I'll just unmute you. You can just ask the question. Yes, Swarupa.
Sir, I have calculated the fixed category field. So, like, how to include it in the table besides that subcategory fields field? I'm not getting. If I include it in columns, I'm getting a graph. If I include it in the text, I'm getting like something else.
If you want to put it up over here, just tag it in this. You will get the total number. You will see measure values coming up over here at the bottom. So just drag it like this. And this also, if you will drag it, it will give you, right? So, or you can drag it over here itself.
Okay, I should drag it in measure values.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, I actually had one more doubt. Like we did the Pareto chart, you know, in that one curve was coming, which was showing the percentage.
Right.
So we had actually put a reference line at 80%.
Correct.
And we had written a fee, like calculation, like condition, like which are above 80% show me A, and which are below 80% show me B. If that field, if I show on label, everything is showing A. That condition is not working on.
Sure. So I will have to take a look at your condition. What you have written it up. So I'll.
Shall I post the condition?
So will it be fine if I take that up on the Monday, right? Actually, I need to just.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure.
Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll see you all on uh, Monday now, right? So please, like,
मोठ्या काकाची कोणी बघू हा मोठ्या काकाची कोणी बघू मग मोठ्या काकाची कोणी बघू हा मग मोठ्या काका किती वर
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Please to share the feedback once the session is done. The link will auto-populate at the default also. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Please do share the feedback once the session is done. The link will auto populate on the default browser. Thank you so much. I'll be ending the session now. Thank you.